Hey guys, it's your girl Marielle. Welcome back to my channel, Friday Night Light Movie Reviews, where we do reaction and reviews to TV shows, movies, and other digital content. So today we're going to be reacting to the newest installment of DC's favorite character, well, my favorite character, the Batman. So we're going to talk about the things that we liked, the things that we didn't like, what I recommend you guys going to the theater and checking it out, and where it falls in our stars category. But before we continue that, you already know what I'm going to ask. So go ahead and hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Become a part of the family. Don't forget to share this video. And as always, don't forget to hit me up on my other digital platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. Those links will be put down in the description bar below. So let's just jump right into it. So the plot of this newest installment of the Batman, he ventures into Gotham City's underworld, where a sadistic killer is on the loose, leaving behind cryptic riddles and ciphers. As the evidence start to pile up, it looks like it hits closer to home, so Batman must forge new relationships to help bring justice for the abusers of power, corruption that plague the city. So let's just jump right into it. So right out the gate, Matt Reeves is the director. So I already knew just off of that I was going to enjoy the scenery, the way the scenes move, the way characters were being built up through the course of the movie, and costume and placement. So it never disappoints. So let's just go down on who were the biggest roles in this movie. So obviously we have Robert Pattinson as the Batman, Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, Paul Dano as the Riddler, Jeffrey Wright as, before Commissioner Gordon, Detective Gordon, John Turturro, Peter Sarsgaard, Andy Serkis, and Colin Farrell, who plays the Penguin. And I'm going to talk about Colin Farrell's portrayal of the Penguin later on in this, because it's definitely one of the highlights. So I really did like this portrayal of the Batman. He's one of my favorite characters in the DC universe. I like how Bruce Wayne this was in the beginning. So wasn't Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne or Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne, where he was already older, made that decision to still be the Batman and be the philanthropist that his family was known for. And this take that Matt Reeves did, he did not take that road. He made Batman and Bruce Wayne very vulnerable, very battling the moral high ground to everything that he does and everything that he's seeing. So we know all the questions that's ever been asked is, who are you? And it's always the Batman. And in this take, he was just vengeance. And I just really like that take, because, you getting grown, it's not like he automatically became the Batmans that we've previously seen portrayed by other actors. Like, there had to be a point where he just wanted to get rid of the bad guy and didn't care about, the odds and ends, which is where that internal battle comes from for Batman and Bruce Wayne. And other Batmans, they never really focused on the detective work, the investigation, his hindsight that Bruce Wayne and the Batman had. And I really liked how Matt Reeves incorporated the detective and the investigation side to Batman, who's just so raw and someone who has, like I said, a tough battle with his morals. The writing and the directing, like I said a few moments ago, was top notch. I mean, Matt Reeves never disappoints. Matt Reeves has done something that we actually haven't seen in a long time when it comes to the Batman. And what I mean by that is that he tweaked and making the Batman unorthodox while also keeping that formula, stay true to the material and the portrayals of other Batmans. So he did excellent work there, but that's not something that I'm too surprised about when it comes to Matt Reeves. I mean, he did Spider-Man No Way Home, he did Venom. I mean, the acting of all the characters was stellar. Robert Pattinson as Batman, again, and I know mad people was like coming for his neck, but he is more than just Edward from Twilight. Again, like I said, battling between his own demons and fighting for, you know, the little guy and making sure that people, you know, see justice. He pulled it off amazingly. The only little thing that I would say that I did not care for was the fact that when he did unmask himself, his hair was like in his face. Like there was like parts of this movie where I'm in a theater and I'm like just comb it over. You know what I mean? But that wasn't big enough for me to be like, he was trash. He wasn't a good Bruce Wayne or a good Spider-Man. So let's go in with Catwoman, played by Zoe Kravitz. I mean, I'm going to stick to what I said in a previous video when I reviewed and reacted to Kimmy. I believe that Zoe Kravitz is an underrated actor. That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. And it goes to show what she can do when we saw her, you know, watching The Batman. Jeffrey Wright, Colin Farrell give strong and present felt performances. So let's talk about it. I knew that Colin Farrell was going to be in The Batman. I knew that he was going to take on the character as the Penguin. But when I tell you the costume, the makeup, Matt Reeves' vision on what he wanted this new age Penguin to be was crazy. And I'm telling you, Colin Farrell killed it. Yes, the Penguin is not really in this movie as much as a lot of other characters, but I'm telling you, his performance was felt, and kudos to Colin Farrell. And when I say Zoe Kravitz is such an amazing take on Catwoman, here's a comparison. Anne Hathaway, who I love as an actress, she was the Catwoman in The Dark Knight, and her presence wasn't felt. It just wasn't hitting. And I love me some Halle Berry as well, but that Catwoman, you know. So I say Zoe Kravitz was one of the best Catwoman, and dare I say maybe even tie with Michelle Pfeiffer, because Michelle Pfeiffer is my favorite Catwoman. But I'm just saying Zoe Kravitz's performance, her sexiness, her agility, like everything was just so freaking fly. And Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet, you made a beautiful person. Okay. I mean, I like the way. So with Batman and going into Bruce Wayne, I really liked Robert Pattinson's performance, and he was able to transition from Batman to Bruce Wayne so seemingly. He didn't have that over weird deep voice like we saw Christian Bale take on in the latter parts of him playing the Batman, and not this weird like I got emphysema thing that Ben Affleck has. And this is no disrespect to them. I love both of those actors. But the voice that Robert Pattinson had while the Batman and then taking the mask off to be Bruce Wayne, it wasn't this like night and day thing. He just made that transition very seamlessly, and I thought it was amazing. Now, Paul Dano as the Riddler. Okay. He did his thing. His performance was something that I did not expect. I've seen him in other movies, but I never seen him get so raw, so deep. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me. And it was a very happy surprise. I mean, his performance was phenomenal. Since Jim Carrey played the Riddler, this is just me, guys. You let me know in the comments if you think I'm over, you know, whatever. But this is just how I feel. He played the shit out of that performance. He played the shit out of the antagonist in this film. It was amazing, from him being masked and him being unmasked. It was just amazing. Overall, the movie was amazing. Absolutely. Matt Reeves as always, came through with the goodness. The darkness in this movie was just right. It wasn't too dark to where you're like, what the F? And it was bright in the places where it needed to be bright, because he's a bat, you know? I just thought the darkness was so good, so done so well. And the ending I thought was done great. Just like any other Batman, we always know it ends with a opportunity to keep it going. And I thought it was great. I thought from what we saw from the beginning, middle to end, it all worked out seamlessly. That's just how I felt. I also love the soundtrack, guys. It was so good, especially that Nirvana song right in the part where, you know, because obviously this is we're not spoiling anything because I just feel like you shouldn't. So out of the stars, I'm giving Batman 5 stars. I just didn't think it was enough to take off a star because I didn't really care for Bruce Wayne's or Robert Pattinson's his hair as Bruce Wayne. That just wasn't enough for me. This definitely gets 5 stars. I definitely recommend you guys to going to the theaters and giving this a watch. You will not be disappointed. Go and see this movie, guys. It was just bomb. So we are at the end of this video. As always, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. As always, be safe, be courageous, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.